Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you were there? Or maybe you've struggled to remember a name that used to come so easily. These moments can be frustrating, but they are usually harmless. However, what if they were early warning signs of something more serious? Memory loss is not just a normal part of aging. It can also be an early indicator of dementia, and the earlier you catch the signs, the better your chances of slowing its progression. Doctors warn that dementia is often ignored in its earliest stages because the symptoms can seem mild or easy to explain away. But by the time most people seek help, the condition has already advanced, making it harder to manage. That's why today I'm going to share the 3 early warning signs of dementia that you should never ignore. These symptoms may seem small at first, but they can be a sign of bigger cognitive changes happening in the brain. Make sure to watch until the end, because I'll also share what you can do right now to protect your brain health and reduce your risk of dementia. And if you're still listening, comment "brain health" in the chat below so I know you're here. Have you ever struggled to find the right word in a conversation? Maybe you're in the middle of a sentence, and suddenly, the word you want just disappears from your mind. This can happen to anyone occasionally, but when it starts happening frequently, it could be an early sign of dementia. One of the first areas affected by cognitive decline is language processing, which makes it harder for the brain to retrieve words and follow conversations. People experiencing early dementia may start pausing mid-sentence, struggling to complete their thoughts, or frequently substituting the wrong words. They might also have trouble keeping up with conversations, especially in group settings, where multiple people are speaking at once. This isn't just about forgetting a word here and there, it's a pattern of increasing difficulty with communication. Take Linda, a 67-year-old retired teacher. She was always sharp, but her family started noticing that she would often stop mid-sentence and lose her train of thought. She also began repeating herself more frequently, asking the same question multiple times in a short period. At first, she brushed it off as stress, but when it became a daily struggle, she saw a doctor. Catching it early allowed her to start cognitive exercises and dietary changes that helped slow her decline. If you or someone you love is struggling more than usual with language, don't ignore it. Keep a journal of how often these incidents occur and look for patterns. And if it happens more than a few times a week, it may be time to bring it up with a doctor. Have you ever driven to a familiar place, only to suddenly forget where you were going or why you were headed there? Occasional forgetfulness is normal, but when it becomes frequent, it can indicate early cognitive impairment. One of the most concerning early signs of dementia is getting lost in familiar places or struggling with routines that used to be automatic. In the early stages of dementia, the brain has trouble processing spatial awareness and memory, which can cause someone to become confused about directions or daily habits. This may start subtly, forgetting which street to turn on during a routine drive or struggling to follow a simple recipe they've made for years. Eventually, these lapses become more frequent and noticeable. For example, Robert, a 72-year-old former accountant, had been going to the same grocery store for 20 years. One day, he walked out of the store and completely forgot where he parked his car. At first, he laughed it off, but then he started getting lost on his way home from his daughter's house, a route he had driven dozens of times. His family grew concerned when he forgot how to use his home security system, something he had done every night for years. If this sounds familiar, it's important to track these incidents. Ask yourself, is this happening more frequently? Is it affecting safety or daily life? If so, don't dismiss it. Dementia-related memory loss is progressive, meaning it will continue to worsen without intervention. Seeking medical advice early can provide options for treatment, lifestyle adjustments, and cognitive therapies that may help slow the process. Not all signs of dementia are related to memory. One of the most overlooked but critical early symptoms is a sudden change in mood, personality, or social behavior. Many people with early dementia experience increased anxiety, irritability, or even depression without an obvious cause. They may withdraw from activities they once enjoyed, avoid social interactions, or become unusually suspicious of others. This happens because dementia doesn't just affect memory, it impacts emotional regulation and how the brain processes social interactions. A person who was once outgoing may suddenly prefer to be alone, avoiding conversations and gatherings. They may also become easily frustrated with small challenges, reacting in ways that seem out of character. Take Margaret, a 70-year-old woman who loved her weekly bridge games. Over time, she started skipping them, saying they were too much effort. She also became noticeably more short-tempered with her family and started accusing people of moving her belongings when, in reality, she was misplacing them herself. Her children initially thought she was just feeling down, but when the behavior continued, they urged her to see a neurologist. The diagnosis confirmed early-stage dementia, allowing her to start treatment and lifestyle adjustments that helped improve her quality of life. If you or a loved one are showing increased mood swings, irritability, or a loss of interest in favorite activities, don't ignore it. Dementia-related mood changes are often brushed aside as stress, depression, or just part of getting older, but they can be an early indicator of cognitive decline. While there is currently no cure for dementia, research shows that lifestyle changes can significantly reduce the risk and slow its progression. One of the best things you can do is adopt a brain-healthy diet rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins that support cognitive function. The Mediterranean diet, which includes plenty of fish, nuts, leafy greens, and healthy fats like olive oil, has been shown to help protect brain health. Regular physical activity is also essential. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and helps maintain mental sharpness. Another powerful tool is mental stimulation. Engaging in activities that challenge your brain, like puzzles, reading, learning a new language, or even playing a musical instrument, can help build cognitive resilience. Social connections are just as important. Studies show that people who maintain strong social ties have a lower risk of dementia compared to those who isolate themselves. Finally, regular checkups and cognitive screenings can help detect early changes before they become serious. If you or someone you love is experiencing any of the warning signs we discussed today, don't wait. Talk to a doctor and explore strategies to keep the brain as healthy as possible. Now that you know the 3 early warning signs of dementia, which one surprised you the most, let me know in the comments below. If you've made it this far, comment brain health so I know you're still here. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe for more health tips to help you stay sharp, active, and independent as you age. And if you know someone who could benefit from this information, share this video with them. It could make all the difference.